Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Studio C, live from Chuck E. Cheese's studios, where fun is number one. And now, without further ado, Chuck E. Cheese!
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. My name is Chuck E. Cheese, and welcome to the official...
Chuck?
What? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, welcome to the unofficial Chuck E. Cheese talk show. Why unofficial, you might ask? Because we don't have the rights from corporate to make this official. Yet. No, I doubt that. Anyway, folks, this show's gonna be all about me, the Chuckmeister, ranting about the latest news, memes, useless morons, movies, and all the stuff that you can think of.
So, you're basically impersonating Moist Critical?
Yeah, but please don't mention it because I don't want to get sued for copyright infringement. Otherwise, we have to pay $500,000 in fine.
Jeez, sorry.
Yeah, what were we talking about again? Oh, yeah. So anyway, the show is basically like a ranting podcast where we talk about the latest stuff that's happening in the past or the present day. Hell, I might even talk about our president, but we're not gonna do that today. Today we're gonna be talking about the time I was in the Hunger Games. Yep, you heard that correctly. I was actually in the Hunger Games. Now for context, I was an extra in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. So this story starts like every other good story, every other fairy tale. I decided, you know what? I want to pursue some acting. So like every 21st century man, I turned to Google and I was looking up open casting calls and found one for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. It was in Atlanta, and they wanted headshots and full body shots, shirtless. I didn't really know how to do this because I didn't have either of those, and I didn't really want to ask my friends because Tinder wasn't exactly around at that time, so I couldn't just play it off as, hey bro, I'm just trying to slay some punani out here, take these cool shirtless pics of me, let me flex real hard real quick. So I didn't want to ask my friends for anything like that, so I thought it'd be significantly less weird to ask my dad to do it. So my dad was snapping some cool shirtless pictures of me like every good father and son relationship. But what I didn't think of at the time is my dad's 6'5", he's tall as shit, and he was taking them at regular eye level, so he was looking down on me, which made me look even shorter than I am. So I looked like a f***ing action figure in these photographs. They ended up choosing me to play an extra, and when I went to the fitting, they had a hard time actually getting me anything because they had already banked on me being 4'1". So that was kind of nice and flattering when they're like, wow, you're taller in person, because that's something I've never heard in my entire f***ing life. Usually it's wow. Yikes. But anyway, we do eventually find some clothes that fit me, luckily. As if that was a Herculean task, you could have just gone to Toys R Us and found some shit for me. But anyway, we move on from there. We go to the filming. It was about a week after the fitting, and the scene took place in this podunk whole rust-filled factory that they were using for this location. I guess they had just nicely asked all the homeless people that lived there to leave, and kindly asked the heroin addicts not to come back for the course of the next week. So anyway, the scene I'm in, Katniss goes to this factory. It's District 8. It's supposed to be a hospital where she's looking over. I'm gonna play a clip from it here.
You here to fight with us?
I am. I will.
Here I played just a helping hand, some goofy goober who had no clue what he was doing but was supposed to be caring for a burn victim. They gave me a slight line to read. I guess it wasn't supposed to be like a SAG type line, SAG being Screen Actors Guild, where you need 3 lines to automatically enter it, so it doesn't really count. Unfortunately, and it never would have even if it did make the f***ing final cut, which it didn't. I will never forgive them. Boycott Hunger Games because they took out my part. But anyway, my line was somewhere along the lines of, this girl needs help, she's burned, yikes, oh shit, it's a burn. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a doctor, it's a burn, help. Basically just crying for help. That didn't make the final cut, neither did a lot of other people's lines. There's an elderly man next to me that had a line. You can actually see him in the final cut here. But anyway, I was on a mission to solidify a spot in the final cut of this movie, so I was doing everything necessary, no holds barred. If I had to start rimming people, I'd start rimming them. If I had to start flipping tables and wet willying bitches, I was gonna do it. I was getting into this movie's final cut, no matter what. So what I would do is I would chase around the action in my designated area. So the elderly man that had lines, I would keep scooting closer to him in between takes. That way I'd be there. They didn't use his lines, so that slapped me right in my face, unfortunately. I also really goofed around probably too hard. I would be like screaming kind of loud, just like, be chaotic, be wild. And I was just like, sometimes, and obviously that didn't make the final cut. I thought there'd be a slim chance of that, though, maybe in the background like an Easter egg. But I didn't put too much real estate in that. I didn't expect that to make it. But what I did attempt and really thought would make it to the final cut is when this kid right here, the kid who says, "Are you gonna fight? Are you gonna fight with us, Katniss?" I was originally positioned where this one girl's head is poking out. That was supposed to be me. But my plan was, I knew this kid was going to be in the movie no matter what, because he's an actual actor. They paid him to do these lines. So my plan was to sit up as straight as possible, as erect as I've ever been in my life. The world's most perfect posture. So that way my head would be at like his titty level. So every time they'd have his lines going, you would see me. You'd have to see me. Unless they were gonna pixelate me like a UFO documentary, you were going to see me. But what they ended up doing is they told me to switch with the person they ended up putting there, which is this person that's poking their head out, all very cautiously, just trying to avoid it. I was trying to get in it, they're trying to stay out of it, and they changed me because I was blocking their shot. I was too intrusive, so they ended up putting me a little more ahead. That's not to say I didn't make the final cut, though. It was, at the end of the day, a mission successful. If you pause the movie right here, you can see my arm doing is it the, I don't remember, one of these, or whatever the symbol is for Hunger Games, but yeah, you can see me poking it out there. And yeah, that was my extra role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay, and I probably ruined a little bit of that scene. Not by design, but I was out for number one. I was going to be the world's most impressive extra in this movie. Unfortunately, they outsmarted me. But I do honestly kind of feel like maybe I did ruin a couple of the scenes that were supposed to be in there, because there was, like I said, there was a lot more lines, but I'd keep scooting closer to them, and I guess they probably didn't like me being in every single line, which honestly I can totally understand, and that's not something that crossed my mind. I never thought that I would maybe potentially ruin someone else's line by just being there, but I can totally see how that could have happened. So if you did have a line in this movie that didn't make it, and you suspect it's because I kept photobombing of it, that's on me, and I'm sorry about that. But I mean, hey, it's Hollywood, you know, it's a dog-eat world out there. I was just gunning for it, and it did not pan out the way I was hoping it would. But anyway, at least you can see my arm in there. So yeah, that's about it for today. But hey, don't worry, we have more stuff coming soon. So sit back, relax, grab a Coke or a Pepsi, and a slice of pizza, and have fun right here at Chuck E. Cheese's. I'll see you later.